All right, all Bills Mafia got their Christmas wish. A win against the Patriots. 33-21 is your final score. And you know what that means? The Buffalo Bills take the lead in the AFC East. They are now in the driver's seat, back in the driver's seat, I should say. And they control their own destiny. If they win the next two, they'll win the AFC East. This is just where they wanted to be coming out of this game. With 2 games left, a chance to win the East, a greater chance at their playoff path. A 33-21 final score. Josh Allen had a game, and Isaiah McKenzie was his go-to guy throughout this entire game. 11 receptions, 125 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. He deserves kudos. The offensive line, who is not completely healthy yet, deserves kudos as well. The defense limiting the Patriots, allowing just 21 points. A lot of people on this team deserve kudos for this huge win by the Buffalo Bills.
I think the most surprising thing for some Bills fans, and you coming into this with the COVID things and Deion Dawkins getting activated because can he play, and then poor Ike Butker goes down with a ruptured Achilles, or at least an Achilles injury. He's out. This offensive line got shuffled in game, and they did an outstanding job protecting Josh Allen. You got to really tip your hat to the big guys up front, shuffled around before the game, during the season, last week, this week, they come in, and then during the game, an injury happens, and they have to reshuffle again. Unbelievable job by the big guys up front. Josh Allen had time to throw it. He threw for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He had 104-plus quarterback rating. This was about a half a step from a full-fledged beatdown by the Buffalo Bills. 2 stone-cold dropped touchdown passes that left points on the board for the Buffalo Bills. 1 on a 4th down that didn't lead to any points. They also had a meaningless holding call away from the play that took away a touchdown from Dawson Knox getting in the end zone. They left all kinds of points all over the place, and they still won by 12 on the road. Kudos to the offensive line for doing that. Micah Hyde comes up with 2 interceptions. This really was an all-around victory that was, like I said, it was about a half step from a major beatdown.
428 total yards by the Buffalo Bills compared to just 288 by the Patriots. The Bills converted 50% of their 3rd downs. The Patriots 1 for 10 on 3rd down. So let's hear from our defense. Harrison Phillips, how did you guys do today?
That was good, man. Anytime you get a big W like that on the road, energy's real high, so we're very thankful.
See the energy coming off the field late in the game. I mean, so much goes into this. You guys are going up and down throughout the season. I mean, what does it say about, what you guys were able to accomplish this week, even given the struggles you've had?
I mean, I think the most important thing is that throughout this whole season, the ups and the downs, our team stuck together. We always had belief in one another, and so, I don't think anybody on our team was surprised with the outcome of today. We've been working our asses off since training camp every day to put ourselves in the position that we are now. And, again, just to get a dub on the road is huge, and so we're very, very grateful for that.
Harrison, after everything that happened last time you played with the run game and whatever we talked about how they beat you, how much was talked about the pride that you guys have in stopping the run and having to come out here and making sure that this was you today?
Yeah, we're going to get their best effort every time we play these guys. You guys know it for, as long as you've been following this. And, they were going to come firing on all cylinders. They had a lot of the trick 'em stuff, zone this way, pitch that way, getting us moving. I think they hit us with one counter O. But, playing full team defense, I've talked about this with you guys before. It takes all 11 guys to stop the run. And, there was a lot of plays where all 11 guys were doing what they were supposed to do, so we were able to accomplish that.
I know we've asked you probably 20 times, but what's it like to watch Josh play when he's playing like he played today?
Man, that guy is unbelievable. And he deserves all the accolades and stuff that you guys throw on him, and you guys put positive stuff on his name because he's the real deal, and he works so hard, and this is his life. And so again, we all trust the ball in his hands anytime the game's on the line. We're down, we're up, whatever it is. In 1-7 we trust, and so love that guy, and very, very happy with his success.
Harrison, can you give an idea from your perspective if you had to go up against an offensive line that was thrown together or jumbled up like that, and you're looking at tape and then they lose a guy? I'm guessing that's something as a defensive lineman you would think was in your favor.
Oh, yeah. So the way that our offensive line played with all the scrambling guys here, guys there, that's something that should be in all the headlines. They played together amazing and protected Josh and helped us out in the run game. And, to your point, anytime a guy's down on the offensive line we're facing, everyone knows that defensively, hey, this is the backup, this is the practice squad guy, whatever it is. And so, obviously New England knew that. Maybe they were targeting people or trying to get one-on-one matchups, but those our five guys played together, played fantastic, and happy for them.
I heard you talk about Josh and the offensive line. How about Mckenzie?
Yeah, man, I was telling Isaiah the whole game, man, he's elite. He was playing elite. What an amazing game for him. I'm very happy for that guy. Anytime the ball touched his hands, he was making plays and very critical moments for us. And so he really stepped up today. And, that's the Isaiah Mckenzie we all know and love.
Preston, you touched on this to an extent, but what does it mean to retake control of your own destiny in terms of the division race?
Yeah.
How do you do it here, given the history?
Yeah, so again, going back to the phase 1 of our OTA starting in April, when we were virtual and figuring out the whole mess of what OTAs were going to be. This is the position that we talked about from then. And so we're, 9 months later, whatever it is, and that's come full tuition for us. And so the most important thing for us is that, we take what we learned from this win, we celebrate it for the 24 hours that we got, and then y'all already know what I'm going to say. This week is the most important week of the season as we got to get a win here. So it feels good for today. The plane ride back is going to be great, but our focus is totally on the next opponent.
Thanks, Harrison.
Thanks, guys.
Just about every team in the NFL is dealing with players on the COVID-19 list, and the Bills were part of that equation this week. Several guys being added to the COVID-19 list. We saw Gabe Davis and Cole Beasley, 2 wide receivers added this week. So it left an opportunity for Isaiah Mckenzie to come in. He was involved in the offense quite a bit this year, was a returner for part of the year this year, and we've seen him get folded back into the offense little by little, and you knew with Beasley and Davis down that there would be a big opportunity for Isaiah Mckenzie to start in the slot and be that gadget type of guy that we've seen for the Buffalo Bills offense in seasons prior. And I think he's allowed the offense to do a lot of different things. The Bills do run the ball, but they're a pass-heavy team, and Isaiah Mckenzie has been kind of that cheat code, if you will, to the Bills offense, bringing him across, motioning him quite a few times, having him line up in different spots. It throws off a defense, and then he also comes in clutch in the passing ends of things. 125 receiving yards. He was targeted 12 times, caught 11 passes.
Yeah, he played for a guy who's gotten spot duty and was a kind of a gadget guy on the jet sweeps and that kind of thing. Isaiah Mckenzie played like a full-fledged, full-time wide receiver today. And he made some fantastic catches, contested catches, hard catches to make. He made himself available. An incredibly efficient day on 12 targets. He had 11 receptions. A phenomenal day for him. You talk about a guy coming through when the team really needed him. And on a day, in a game, and on a day they had to have him, he came through with flying colors. Not only did he do a couple of jet sweeps like he did, but he played the slot role perfectly. A couple of 3rd down and 4th down conversion. I think he had a 4th down, but certainly a 3rd down and short. Unbelievable day for Isaiah Mckenzie. And I think the thing that sets him apart was what I said. He played as though he'd been playing that spot all year and played it efficiently, didn't miss a beat, didn't have any mental mistakes that we could see that were obvious. Yeah, that's a game ball for him.
It was an incredible game to watch on his end. He's called a little dirty by the team. Let's hear what he has to say after this big game.
When you called yourself the franchise a few months ago, I don't know if anybody saw this coming. I mean, it was a spectacular performance. I mean, what went into it?
I had no idea. I just come into this game, Bees and Gabe out. Can't wait to get them next week. But with them being out, I just had to step up. And all my coaches believed in me. Josh believed in me, threw me the ball, and I made plays. And that's all I wanted to do to help the team win.
Isaiah, you weren't active on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's been a wild ride.
Yeah.
A wild couple of weeks. What have the last few weeks been like for you?
A learning experience. That was my first time sitting down in a while, and I just had to take heave and just think to myself, like, what can I do better? I just show up to practice every day, get my teammates better, do whatever I got to do to make myself better and my teammates. So those 2 weeks I was inactive, I just thought about things, just reevaluated myself, and then this opportunity came around, with me coming and, not because B's got COVID or Gabe, but it was my turn, and I felt like I just had to step up for my team.
Isaiah, has it been frustrating for you? After last year, you were a big part of the offense.
Yeah.
You've kind of been in dry down most of the year offensively. Has that been a little bit of a tough pill to swallow, maybe?
It's always hard. You know what I'm saying? It's always hard. But I mean, I've been doing it, for a couple of years now, and I don't mind doing it if it's whatever I got to do to help the team win. If I got to get one ball a game, that's what I'm gonna do. If I got to get 10 plays a game, that's what I'm gonna do. But today I got mostly all the plays, and I make the best of it. And but like I said, sometimes it is hard, but you gotta get out of your own head sometimes.
You made plays before, but
yeah.
Josh went to you in so many big moments, starting with the first touchdown.
Yeah.
What was that like, and what was he saying to you during the game?
He said nothing to me during the game at all. He just threw me the ball. He just told me good job. But after the game, he said a lot to me. But in those moments, he believed in me. He threw me the ball, and I made the plays when I could. And I thank him for that. I thank the coaches for calling those plays and giving me the opportunity.
Was the plan going in? Do you guys like the matchup with you on 41, or is it how the game unfolded?
It's just how the game unfolded. We was, we always trying to find a mismatch, and wouldn't say 41's a bad player. He's a good player. Today I was just having a good day, and they kept feeding me.
Isaiah, the play of the game, I felt, was at 3rd and 10 after they just scored to get it close.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are 3rd and 10, places going wild, and that was maybe the biggest one that you came up with. Can you kind of take us through that one?
We saw that was man-to-man, and they motioned me in, and they was like the best man win. You know what I'm saying? And everybody had routes, and I just got open faster than everybody else. So I was just running, and he threw it to me, I caught it, it was first down. But like I said, it was man-to-man, and somebody had to win.
Isaiah, what was the message when you were the health coach? What did the coaching staff tell you about why you were not playing and what they wanted to see from you to get back out there?
That's a tough question. Can you answer it one more time?
What did the coaching staff tell you about why you weren't playing during that stretch and what they expected from you to get back on the field?
Nothing was said. It was just, everybody told me just keep my head up, stay confident. When you get your opportunity, just take advantage of it. And I understood, what I did, the coach game and things like that. So I understood, tremendous. So I blamed it on myself. So whatever I could do to get back on the field, that's what I did. Going to practice, whatever I needed to do, like I said before. But I just kept my head up, stayed confident, and I knew the coach believed in me, and one day I was going to get my opportunity.
We know about your relationship with Cole, how close you two are.
Yes.
What was that like this week with him going out? I mean, how much did you guys talk? Did he tell you anything?
We talked over the phone. And he was just like, "Hey, you gotta go out there and play. You gotta go out there and ball." You know what I'm saying? He gave me some tips and reminders. We've been at it for a couple of years now, so I just learned from him. And I learned from the first game. Watched the first game last night, and how they played bees and things like that. So I thought they was gonna play me the same way, and they kind of did. And I just take advantage of opportunities when they came.
Knowing how big this game was,
yes.
How much dejection, knowing how close you are with them, they couldn't be here in the game?
Say that again?
How much dejection was there for Cole and Gabe throughout the week that they couldn't be here in this game?
They tried their best to be there, over the phone and things like that. And like we said, we got to work with what we got. It's the next man up, and that's what I came to do. And I can't wait to get those guys next week. But they were all in our ear all week, over the phone, when they could, whatever they watched on film, they told us about it, and they told me about it especially. But I can't wait to get them back.
You said the last few weeks have been a learning experience after being a healthy scratch.
Yeah.
Today, what did you learn? What was the lesson you learned?
Never mess up again. So just learn, just do my part. You know what I'm saying? Try not to put the team in bad situations. Whether it's giving up the ball, penalties or whatnot, and just do my job the best way I can, like I know I can. And that's just a learning curve for me and things like that. So I learned from it. I don't want to go back to it, but I'm gonna keep rolling.
We all know what happened with that Monday night game 2 weeks ago. What did it mean for the team to come in today?
It meant a lot to the team. We needed this win, just like every other win we needed, but we needed this win most importantly. But these next few weeks are going to be important. We got to finish strong, but we needed this win, and we're happy that we won.
Thank you. All right, I want to talk about the offensive efficiency in this one. No punts in this game for the Buffalo Bills. They scored on all but 2 of their drives, and in the second half they go field goal, touchdown, touchdown, end of game. That's called scoring, and that's called moving the ball down the field, whether you're scoring touchdowns or why they were scoring field goals. It was important to rack up the points in this one against a really good defense in the New England Patriots. So one of the best in the NFL. And I think the starter here was scoring on that first drive. We know what this Bills offense, specifically Josh Allen, does when he gets in that early rhythm, when he finds those easy wins to kind of put together that first or second drive. And on that first drive for the Buffalo Bills on offense, it was a touchdown by Josh Allen. And I think that was so important to the rest of the game. But what did you think of the way that Brian Daboll called the offense in this game, and why did it fit with Isaiah McKenzie and Josh?
I think it was brilliant. I mean, like we said, they hung 33 points on one of the best defenses in the National Football League, certainly the hardest to score on defense in the National Football League. Their quarterback threw for 314 yards, 3 TDs. They had 2 touchdowns, absolutely flat dropped, and they were in scoring position all day. They didn't punt a single time. Yeah, Brian Daboll, this is one of those games where you think, man, oh man, where would we be without him? And I know you go up and down on him, and every time something doesn't work, they blame Brian Daboll for the play call or whatever. But I'll tell you what, that guy was money today.
Yeah, the Patriots defense was allowing a league-low 16.2 points per game. The Buffalo Bills score 33 on them. Let's hear from more of our defensive players, Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde.
You know, we talked about what happened in that first game. You know, it was not a good night. How much of a focus was coming in here, putting that behind you, and really kind of making amends and winning this game?
Yeah, you know, obviously huge game with huge implications. You know, obviously the last game we played on, bad taste in our mouth. You know, was able to get a win last week, be able to bounce back, and then, you know, we wanted to carry that momentum into this week. And obviously, you know, like I said, the game, the huge implication on the line, we just wanted to come play well, execute, and play complimentary football. Shout out to, I mean, offense played a hell of a game. Josh played a hell of a game. Offensive line, I mean, the whole offense did what they had to do. So Isaiah McKenzie had a hell of a game too, man. It's just, we just wanted to compliment them on that side of the football.
Mike, a similar question for you. I mean, given what happened in the first game, what does it mean as a team to come in and retake control of your destiny in the division and to do it against this team?
This is the National Football League. Week in and week out, you got to go out there and you're going to be challenged. You know, we're glad to come in and get this win. But at the end of the day, we know we got 2 left that we gotta take care of also.
Micah, you have a unique relationship with Isaiah. What was it like to see him have the game he had?
It was amazing. It was amazing. I'm always, you know, I think, you know, on defense we're the biggest fans of the offense, and to see them go out there and perform how they did, you know, starting with 17, going out to Isaiah, run game. It was awesome to see, and you know, we know when our offense is clicking like that, it's gonna be tough to beat us.
Micah, your first interception, kind of a tip ball, but it seemed like they had been moving the ball a little bit there. I think they had a touchdown on the previous drive. How much did you feel like that swung things defensively for you guys?
Anytime you can get takeaways is huge, and that's what we come out here and try to do. Try to force the quarterback into one-dimensional, throwing the football, and from there try to take the ball away.
Sean was criticized in the first game for some of the decisions. He was aggressive in the first half today. How much did you guys feed, not just the defense, you as a team feed off the way he was out there?
I think we were all criticized in the first game. I think we all wanted to play better. I think we all expected to play better. And like I said earlier, you know, we knew we had to come out today and execute. And, you know, Coach Frazier and Sean put a hell of a game plan together for us on defense that allowed us to go play fast and execute our job. You know, they had some runs. They made some plays, but, you know, nobody blinked. And, you know, Mike was able to get 2 takeaways, key takeaways, one that sealed the game. And, you know, that's what we just try to come out and do every week.
Micah, you guys never trailed in this game. What is it about playing from ahead that suits your playing style from a defensive standpoint?
To be honest, I didn't even know that. We just go out there on defense, try to get takeaways, and try to limit that on offense. I didn't even know that.
Hey, Mike, it felt like the first game they were always in a good situation on first down. They were getting chunks on first down. This game, it felt like you guys were winning on first down a lot. How important was that to get him into second and third longer situations?
The more football you watch, the more you realize first and second down is important. You know, first down, you know, try to keep them P and 10. And then obviously second down, try to do the same thing. So third down, third and long is the money down. We talk about it all the time, you know, as a defense, and around the league it's like that. So anytime you can, you know, stop them on first down, create second and long, try to get a, you know, obviously try to get a stop on second down, and then third down, try to make some plays.
You guys were able to limit Hunter Henry this afternoon. You knew that was going to be a big point of emphasis going into this game. What were you guys able to do to limit him offensively? I don't think he had a catch until the fourth quarter today.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Coach Frazier and Sean made a hell of a game plan, and I think just the ability for them to just keep turning the dial on our calls and keep mixing it up and showing them different looks and try to confuse them on our back end as much as possible. We knew he was a top target and knew that Mac liked to get him the football, and so we were just doing what guys just doing their 111th, taking away his routes and forcing Mac to look elsewhere.
Last week with the Patriots, the Colts, we saw them say they want to really get after Mac and kind of get him off the spot and away from cover. Was that a key for you guys today as well?
It's always the key. Doesn't matter who the quarterback is.
What was this week like for you guys? I mean, it seemed like for a while there you were losing maybe a guy a day to the COVID list. You find out late that Starr's not going to play. What was the challenge like? Just knowing who's going to be available and then seeing who you're going to have out there next to you.
Yeah, it's cliche, but we always talk about just next man up. Got confidence in all the guys in that locker room to go out there and perform, and that's what they were able to do. You saw some guys go down today. Some guys came in and performed at a high level, and that's just the expectations on this football team. Thanks.
All right, Josh Allen had a big day, over 300 passing yards for him. He also passes 100 career passing touchdowns, a big milestone for him. Also over 4,000 passing yards this season. He is the first player in team history to have back-to-back seasons doing that. And also the Buffalo Bills now over 400 points for the second time in team history, going back-to-back doing that. So the offense continuing to stack those wins, continuing to stack those milestone things.
And their defense played very well today too. They held the Pats to 1 of 10 on third downs, although the Pats were 5 of 6 on fourth down, and that's big in today's NFL. More and more teams are going for it on more and more occasions. The Bills were also 3 of 4 on fourth down and 6 of 12 on the third down. The Bills had 75 offensive plays. The Pats only had 60. The Bills really played well on both sides of the football. In the second half, you got to tip your hat to the Patriots. They were outsmarting the Bills a little bit up front, giving guys open reads and making Mac Jones more comfortable in the pocket. Although when he dropped back and had time to throw, or if he was pressured, he really struggled. And at this point of his career, you'd think that's probably going to be the case. But man, oh man, the Bills defense showed up in a big way, opening the game with a 3-and-out to set the tone, and the Bills answered with a 13-play, 75-yard drive for a touchdown. It was like, wow, here we go. That really, in the early going, really helped settle a team that's on the road down, particularly in a massive game like this was. Really had to do wonders for their sidelines.
Yeah, the Bills held the ball for 10 minutes more than the New England Patriots did. A guy who had the ball in his hands a lot was Josh Allen, so let's send it over to him.
Josh, how about Isaiah Mckenzie for you today?
Again, guy stepping up. I'm so happy for him. I've got all the faith in the world in him, and for him to come out and play this way, day after Christmas, means a lot to him, but I think it means a lot to everybody on this team. Just seeing a guy like that who has his ups and downs throughout the year, loses the returning position, is sat for a couple games, and comes out and, he was unbelievable today. I think he had 11-plus catches, 100-plus yards, the touchdown in the opening drive. Just an absolute, phenomenal day for him, and I'm so happy for him. I can't express that enough.
Josh, he had over 300 yards passing, over 100 yards on the ground, didn't get sacked. The offensive line, how would you say they played, especially when Ike goes down early and had to reshuffle everything?
Yeah, I think it was the Christmas presents I got them. They were pumped up, and they played a little harder for him. So never hurts to treat those big guys, and I'm super proud. Again, adversity, just guys being pulled out. Ryan Bates stepping up. He played fantastic. Ike goes down. Deion comes back in after being, at home with COVID and not really knowing much of the game plan and not actually practicing the game plan. That's really tough to do. I'm so happy for our guys, how they responded. But again, we got 2 more games left, and we got to go. We got to keep going.
Personnel calls, obviously, but all season long, it's just been interesting and weird, maybe, that after all that Isaiah did last year on offense, he just really hasn't been utilized this year. And I know you got Sanders, but don't you feel like there could have been ways to get him more involved earlier this year?
Sure. Hindsight's 20/20, and it is what it is. You know, we can't look at what made us go in the past. We gotta figure out what makes us go in the future. And you know, he was an absolute beast on the field today. So again, I'm sure that's going to give him some opportunities going forward and helping this team out. But we're going to need everybody going forward.
Josh, what do you threw it on fourth down 4 times today? What does it do for you? What does it do for the offense when the coaches are being that aggressive?
I mean, to have that trust in us, it means a lot. But again, when you convert those and continue to convert those, what a killer it is for a defense. And that's a really good team we just played. Obviously, they have had a lot of success this year. It's an elite defense. But again, having that trust to go forward on those fourth down situations, that's big for us. You know, it gives us some groove, gives us some confidence going forward. And so I can't thank Coach enough for putting us in that position and believing in us.
Josh, a lot of your wins this season have come from taking an early lead and holding on to it. What does that do for you as an offense, being able to play from ahead and from a strategy standpoint? How do you execute that?
Well, again, I think it just keeps you two-dimensional. Running, passing, rollouts, nakeds, quick game, some deep shots. It just forces the defense to play all types of situations and really every inch of the grass. And again, our guys stepped up. We had a lot of key plays today that maybe the game's different if it goes the other way, and there were still some things that we left out there that we want back. But you know, proud of guys like Coombe and Isaiah stepping up, guys like Rick Bates, and especially on the defensive side of the ball, they played fantastic. So it was a complete situational and situational football win today, and complementary football. And the return game looked good, and special teams was good. We had no punts today, and Matt Hack came out and he was like, "We need to get a picture. I've never done that in my career." So we got a picture for that. So that was pretty cool. But again, whether or not we continue going, we got to keep going, and we could see this team in the future, and we know that. So we try to keep finding ways to produce on the field.
What do you guys prove today coming in here against this W?
I don't know. We're where we want to be right now. We gotta continue to find ways to win football games and move the ball and take advantage of our opportunities and playoff caliber mindset. That's what we have.
Josh, that's the number one key that you guys faced today. They didn't force you to punt. Just what do you think was the key for you guys?
Again, guys stepping up, making plays. I think Dable had a great day calling plays for us, and we went out there, and it just really comes down to execution. That's what he told us at halftime. It's not about the coaches, it's about the players. We're on the field and making sure that we're in the right spots, doing the right thing, communicating well, and we did that tonight. There were some plays obviously we didn't, and we got to clean that up. And turn our focus to next week.
Josh, the last possession that you guys had, you scored a touchdown. You just scored. You ain't close. There's still plenty of time. What was the thought process going into that drive? What was said on the sideline, even in the huddle before you took the field there? What was going through?
Yeah, we knew we needed points. I think we had a 5-point lead at that time. Field goal puts us up by 8, forces them to score a touchdown with 2-point conversion. Just thought process there, knowing we needed points, but we wanted to put 6 on the board and give our defense that kind of bumper and that boost. But again, the team that we just played, again, that's a great team. They came into Buffalo and they played us really well, and they came out and I think they played really well today. And again, whether or not we see them in the future, we don't know. But we had guys step up and make some plays tonight.
Josh, understanding that and understanding, as you said, you got 2 games left and work still to do. What does it mean as a team, given everything you've been through, against this opponent in particular, to come in here, retake control of your own destiny at this point in the season in terms of the division?
Yeah, I mean, again, we have to finish. Starts off with our next one, and that's all we're really going to focus on. We can't look too far into the future. It's got to be this next one, and then we'll go from there.
So what were the Christmas presents for the offensive line?
Got us some watches, some nice ones. So, sorry, go ahead.
2 straight weeks, Devin's made an impact. What has his emergence meant to the offense in these past couple of weeks?
It's been fantastic, and Devin is just, again, I can't say it enough how reliable he is. He's smart. If you watch him on any given play, whether he gets the ball or not, he is around the ball. He is helping the pile. He was following the ball in case someone fumbles. Like he just does everything the right way. He's everything you want in a running back. And again, he's had his opportunities this year, and today he had some good ones. My mind goes to that first series play. He catches a flat 2 yards down the field, and he turns it into a first down and allows us to skip a first down. Obviously, the touchdown run, it's just some tough yards. And again, when you have someone that you can rely on him that much, I've got so much faith in him, and I'm so happy that he's shining. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Josh Allen talked about the confidence booster in converting 3 of 4 fourth down opportunities that the Buffalo Bills went for in this game. And there were a lot of confidence boosters, I think, in this one. You alluded to it right before Josh finished up, but no turnovers. They forced 2. They finished in the plus. Your third down conversion percentage was pretty good. Their red zone efficiency percentage was just under their average, which is just over 60%. But a lot of things to walk away with here going into your final two games, which, by the way, are against teams who are under 500, with some things in your pocket that you can use going forward.
Yeah, no question. They took a step forward today against a really good football team. The Patriots are a good football team. Certainly their quarterback is not to the point where he can carry them the way we've seen other teams do, but their defense played solid. They kept them in it. The 2 turnovers were crushing for those guys. They needed to hold on to the football and get some time of possession. The Bills had, like I said, had 75 offensive plays. It's a big number. And when you do that and don't turn the football over, that's a lot of plays to defend. And it's a lot of plays you've got to get exactly right if you're the New England Patriots. And, you know, they got a lot of them right, but they gave up double their season average of points. And the Bills were really efficient down in the red zone, and they were actually way more efficient than they got credit for because, you know, a couple of dropped touchdowns and another one brought back. Like I said at the top of the show, this game was a half a step away from being a big win for Buffalo, a blowout win for Buffalo.
Yeah, their scoring efficiency was off the charts in this game, scoring on all but 2 drives. And the offensive line, a huge part of the reason why the Buffalo Bills were able to put 33 points on the scoreboard. Deion Dawkins was activated from the COVID-19 list and was active in this game, so good to see him healthy enough to play in this one. Let's hear from him and center Mitch Morse.
How challenging was that game for the line with all the stuff that's been going on and all the changes you had to make today?
It's a part of the NFL, you know. It's definitely tough. I would say it's definitely tough. But we got great guys that have a great mind about it. Like and for Spence. Spence has been at left, then he's been at right, then he's been at left, he's been at right. And Bates jumped in there, played right, and then played left. And whatever we got to do to win games, I mean, it's what it is.
Deion, how are you feeling? First of all, we know what you went through in the summer with COVID.
I actually feel really good, you know, way better. You know, I'm smiling. I'm here, so I'm happy.
Mitch, what's it say about the guy next to you to be able to step in, you know, without really practicing at all and execute at a high level when you needed him to?
Yeah, I think you don't only look at just the game plan part where you don't get repetitions. You know, practice is a necessary evil for us. We need to get those reps. We need to get that in there. And then you also throw COVID. A guy gets activated literally 24 hours before the game. You know, I think that just shows his commitment to studying, to being available when his number was called, when he wasn't expecting it. And it just shows kind of professionalism he's brought, especially I think this year, to the game. And kudos to him and the rest of the guys for playing great football. You know, we didn't miss a beat, and I think we take this time to. We're really feeling for our guy Ike.
Yeah.
You know, it's a guy who, you know, is kind of silent but deadly. You know, I mean, he's been a glue for this offensive line behind the scenes that no one's really seen. So that was a shock for us, and but Deion did a great job stepping in, like you said, and performing at a Pro Bowl level.
You know, this line has taken some heat this year, and then to lose Ike, to have guys playing different positions like Ryan, and Josh wasn't sacked today. I mean, did you guys take it as a challenge this week to really go out there and put your best foot forward this week?
Truly, every week is a challenge. Whether it's the Patriots, the Jets, the Cardinals, the Falcons, whoever it is, you know, this is a hard league, and when we could do things right, you know, we cherish those moments, and we look at it, we give ourselves a pat on the back, and then we keep stepping. And anytime that we could perform at a high level and win, you know, it's just smiles. So we'll smile for about 24 hours, and then we'll get right back to it, because I believe there's 2 more left, and this one doesn't mean anything if the other 2 don't fall into place.
Deion, I know you're a guy that enjoys Isaiah Mckenzie.
Yeah.
What would you have to say about his performance?
Yeah. You know, he's just like a little missile, man. Like watching him run around and catch the ball and then bounce off other ground. Like that's probably the funniest part. But you know, he's a stormtrooper, man, and he shows his personality on and off of the field, and I am extremely thankful to have a guy and like that as a teammate, as the whole locker room is. You know, like he just brings positivity, just juice all of the time, and you know, and he puts his money where his funny trash talk is, and it just shows in and day out of why he's here and why his piece is crucial to just that next guy's piece.
Your quarterback today, season on the line, 300 yards thrown, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers, leads the team in rushing. Just what do you think of his performance in such a big game?
I mean, Josh makes $250 million. You know, like Josh is worth every penny of what he is, and I say that like jokingly, but like Josh is just one of those guys that he cares about his teammates, and he's a over competitor, and you see it, you know, like the media, people talk, and Josh just keeps his mouth shut and his head down and just goes out and performs. And I wouldn't have expected anything else. Before in the game, we can hear his fire in his voice of what was about to happen, and whenever that is, just be ready for a show.
How about the aggressive
mindset? Just a few months after what you went through.
Yeah.
What was that mental battle for you? Because you got the positive test pretty late in the week last week. So what was that going through?
Yeah.
Playing a game and then just getting everything done.
You know, I don't really question God too much, actually ever, and I just leave it all up to Him. Because when I tested positive, I was like, ain't no way. There is no way. Like if you're doing everything that they're telling you to do and you still pop, I mean, hey, you know, it's just bigger than what the world sees it. But I'm just thankful that I had and my teammates like Mitch to call and check on me and make sure that I was all right. And those little text messages and those little calls go a long way. And when I was sitting in the basement and cooped up for 10 days, you know, a text from and the guys and a call, it just brightened up the rest of that night into that next morning. And my guys honestly just kept me there. They kept me there. They kept me in the loop. And at first it was scary, of course, because I'm like, dag. I mean, I was down bad, and now I'm down here again. Like, what could happen? But you know, it was definitely a better outcome than the last time because I didn't go like to the hospital. But you know, Mitch honestly held me down. So thankful for you, bro.
Mitch, when he showed up in the planes to come here. As a room, as a group, we know how close you guys are. I mean, what was that like?
I mean, you know, we also kind of had a guttural reaction when you hear a guy like Deion, you know, who gets it twice. You know, this is something that we hadn't really seen before. And, you know, our starting left tackle goes out late in the week. We had some shifting there. And then, I mean, we kind of know what the protocols are. Testing, you know, depending on vaccination stance and all that stuff. But, yeah, I mean, when Deion showed up on Saturday, literally 24 hours before, less than 24 hours before the game, you know, we reported 2 and played 1. You know, like he just hit the ground running. And like I said before, that just kind of speaks to the professional he is. You know, we're all trying to grow and be better men and better football players. And I think that's just a testament to him staying mentally engaged in a scary time, right? Like you get COVID twice, and the first time it really kind of knocked him down a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then you still have a game plan, and you still have to worry about your family, all that stuff, and come out here. And to be honest, as a guy like myself trying to put people in positions today, he didn't miss a beat. And, you know, I think that's a testament to him and a testament to the guys all around really echoing calls in a loud environment. It was just great to see.
Mitch, what kind of impact does it have to an offensive line when a player like Cole Beasley isn't available? I'm referring to the fact that he is a quick throw target, a guy that's reliable in those types of situations, helps in terms of buying some time. When you know he's not out there, does that change your approach?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, Cole's a great teammate, great competitor, an exceptional football player, and has been a lifeblood of this team since he's been here. A tremendous football player, all-pro last year, playing great ball. To be honest, these last 2 weeks have just been crazy with, guys in and out, and you're trying to be a professional, but at the same time you really care about these guys' well-being. Football-wise, Cole is an exceptional football player, and like you said, when you need something quick to get out, football out of your hands, he's an excellent tool. But like he said about guys shifting on the offensive line, I think that's just a great testament to dudes who showed up for Josh in that role. And just like everyone who's had COVID, we hope good Lord, we hope Cole feels a lot better here soon. I'm sure Diggs is feeling a little bit something. He got some hits today too. So, yeah, like you said, we definitely miss Cole out there, but it's kind of the next man up, which is the nature of the beast. Thank you, guys.
I think Mitch Morse did a great job explaining what it meant to get Deion Dawkins back in the lineup. This is a guy who, when we saw his name get added to the COVID-19 list, us and the fan base is going, are you kidding me? A second time? It can't be. And he had a hard bout with COVID the first time around. He told us that he went to the hospital. He said this time around he didn't, so that was great to hear. But to show up on Saturday, not really being involved in the game plan, I'm sure he was in some of those virtual meetings that were conducted throughout the week as usual. But to have so little time to prepare for a game, as a left tackle, you are the dude to protect your quarterback, goes out there and has a great game. He's had a great season protecting Josh Allen, allowing 0 pressures in several games this season. He gets added to the Pro Bowl list also for the first time in his career this season. So fitting that he shows up on Sunday and has another good one.
Yeah, and it speaks to his veteran nature. I mean, the guy's been around. It wasn't like it was going to be too big for him. He could stay up to speed mentally with the game planning. He just didn't take any physical reps, plus the fact that even if he was a little bit compromised in his conditioning, he didn't have to come in and play until middle of the second quarter. So it was only a half a game, or a little more than a half a game, that he had to really step up and say, okay, I got to take the load here. Having him as the guy that comes in off the bench, I mean, it's a luxury, particularly given the fact that he was able to play so well physically and he wasn't compromised, or at least not that we know of, when he came in and was able to play. Huge boost for the Bills getting him back, and that's a real signal towards he didn't get on the field. They gave him a chance to just be ready, not have to come in and take the load. But then when Ike Butker goes down, they shuffle the offensive line. Mitch Morse said it. It's a real testament to those guys, because you got to have 5 guys playing together who know each other and know what everybody's supposed to be doing and the concepts they're running. And to have Deion Dawkins available and then have to be inserted in there where it was sink or swim. They did an outstanding job up front. Josh Allen had time to scan the field, throw the football. They moved the football extremely well. They dominated the time of possession. They're just efficient in every way, shape, and form, and it started up front, which to me, I think, even with Isaiah Mckenzie thrown into this consideration, I think the offensive line was the difference in this game, and it was the biggest surprise that we didn't know if they would be able to do that.
Yeah, and we've talked about the offensive line in several games and their lack of consistency, because they've shifted and shifted and shifted and shifted some more, and they shifted last year. It seems like the 5 guys are not inconsistently, but they've been able to find a way to make it work, and they really did that today. Head coach Sean McDermott is talking to the media right now. Let's hear what he has to say after this big win against the Patriots.
Okay, time's yours here.
Let's start with Isaiah Mckenzie. Obviously, we've talked about him a bunch of times, about the story and everything like that. For him to come out to what he played today, did you expect him to perform that way?
I did, to be honest with you. I know he was excited for the opportunity, and he gives us great energy, and I could just tell during the week he was focused and ready to go.
Sean, he was talking some about the weeks when he wasn't active. It seemed like he was really hard on himself. How did you see him take that and respond during practice?
Yeah, I mean, it's important to him, and that's good to know. I mean, it's important to him. He's passionate about what he does and how he does things, and so it's a great testament to him, the way he's worked to get himself back to get in his position to have this opportunity, and then when given the opportunity, he stepped up, and I think that's a lesson for our entire team.
Sean, there were so many big fourth down plays on both sides, both sidelines. Was there an idea coming into this game that you guys were going to be a little aggressive and maybe take some shots?
We just felt like we had a good plan overall, Josh. I would just say that. Those aren't always easy decisions, and I thought the offense did a great job of executing.
Sean, the one in the first quarter where you scored the touchdown, the field goal team's halfway out there. You actually ran out the numbers almost and say, no, let's go with the offense. What was the thinking there, and why did you change stream kind of mid-play there?
Yeah, it just felt like again wanted to be aggressive right there, and I liked how the offense had moved the ball up to that point in time. So I think it was fourth and a long 2 or 3 or so. So kind of in that gray area a little bit, and wanted to be aggressive.
Sean, you had multiple guys down with COVID on the offensive line. Then you lose Ike, so you've got guys playing different positions. Dion, who maybe wasn't the plan to play on. What did it say about Josh wasn't sacked? It seemed like he had ample time in the pocket. What did it say about the guys up front today?
Yeah, I just think resilient group. Never good to see a guy go down, and on the field or off the field, and losing guys due to COVID and losing some coaches due to COVID. I thought it was a very resilient approach by the guys, coaches included.
John, I understand that you guys have 2 games left, but to come in here and get this win, given where your team has been and what it's been through this year, to see them kind of come together and respond on a number of levels today, what does that mean?
Well, I think we continue to learn lessons with this in some ways a young football team and young leadership group, and it's hard to follow up a season like last year with a similar season the next year. That's part of the challenge, and so I'm just very proud of the way the guys have persevered, and the leadership group has stepped up, and I've felt them, and not only off the field but on the field in their play as well. So I thought 17 had an incredible game today, and that's good to see, obviously.
Yeah, Sean, that's what I was going to say. We're talking about the O-line and Isaiah and everybody, and Josh makes so many plays today. What does that say about him that he's there for you guys, where it becomes, I won't say expected, but he's done this before and he did it again today? Yeah, I mean,
I thought his approach during the week was it gave him a chance to do that today, and that's where the process comes in, and not just Josh, but really the entire football team. I mean, when you do things right during the week and you get yourself ready to go, and it's a tough place to play against a very good football team, well-coached team, as you guys know, and I thought we played good football today.
Sean, how badly did you want this win today, given the way the game unfolded 4 weeks ago?
Well, they're all important. So, I mean, like I just mentioned, it's a very good football team here that they have, and we have a lot of respect for them and how they do things, how they're coached, and so we just knew we were going to be in for a battle today, and that's what it was.
Sean, you just kind of touched on it there, but he's working with a different offensive line, different wide receivers. Did you see something different in Josh this week in practice that gave you an idea something like this was coming?
He continues to grow every week. Really, that's what it comes down to.
So on the last offensive possession you guys had, they just scored to get it back to 5 points. That's a big point in the game. Can you kind of take us through just how good your offense was on that last possession?
Well, I thought it was, honestly more of the same that we had done up to that point. We moved the ball. I don't think we ended up punting in the game. But just playing smart, doing things right that sets up the result, right? And just moving the ball, not having to go, over the top all the time, but just taking what the defense was giving us. I thought Coach Dave's called a great game, and Josh and the offense executed, and so I thought we played smart football and discipline at times, especially before the half. With the situation, it got a little bit, I guess, some pushing and shoving going on there or whatever. So I thought that was keeping our composure was a big piece of it as well.
Two more first. Kyle Van Noy said that the energy that you guys had was evident. What's the balance coming into this? You messaged the team, but let's have some energy, but let's be composed.
I think we talked a little bit last go around about us hurting ourselves with penalties, and there's a discipline component that comes with that, whether they're during the play or after the play or before the play. So if you want to play winning football, you can't beat yourselves with penalties, and it was a physical game out there. So guys are going to get a little bit emotional, but we got to keep our emotions in check.
Sean, was there a catalyst at all to go for it? Fourth down as many times as you did, 2-point conversions, everything like that throughout the week, or maybe even from previous game?
I just felt like it was the right thing for this game, and we just take them 1 week at a time, one game at a time.
Okay, thanks, Sean.
All right, thanks, guys.
Sean McDermott's press conference is brought to you by Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield of Western New York, the official health plan of the Buffalo Bills.
Week 17 is on deck for the Buffalo Bills, a home game against the Atlanta Falcons, a 1 o'clock kick. They'll be 1 o'clock for the rest of the way. 2 home games to end the regular season. So what do you want to see from this team to finish the regular season? What's your New Year's wish for
I think just
guys?
Continued momentum. I think you want to see them peaking for the playoffs, staying healthy, getting putting COVID behind them, getting everybody healthy, getting that under their belts, all the stuff that you would like to see. Just smooth things out, maybe get some guys back healthy, maybe get their offensive line, the 5 guys we thought we were going to have at the beginning of the year, or for most of the year that we haven't had at all. Get those guys in line, get them some games under their belt, let Josh and this offense open up a little bit. Get Cole Beasley back on the field. Leave Isaiah McKenzie in there. Give Gabe Davis more opportunities. Emmanuel Sanders, Steph Diggs, Dawson. Start unfurling some offensive schemes and getting these guys some confidence that no matter what the situation, they can do it. Defensively, keep on keeping on. Get some turnovers. Get after the passer. And churn out some pass defenses and some interceptions.
Yeah, they haven't forced multiple takeaways in quite some time. They have 2 in this game. It was also the first time winning back-to-back games since weeks 4 and week 5. They had a 4-game win streak going on then. So how about a 4-game win streak to end the regular season? I think that's just what this group wants, just what we want, and all you who are watching. We just want to thank you for tuning in to Bills Tonight Digital. Make sure you tune in for Bills Tonight on MSG at 11:30 p.m. More sound, more highlights, and breaking down the game a little bit more as well. Thanks for joining in tonight. For Steve Tasker, I'm Maddy Glab. We will see you guys next week.